system of this type in the country. We have 70,000 acres of land and 5 nature centers for you guys to come visit and explore. Those are still open. Our grounds anyway are open, and we're here to greet you and hopefully talk with you about all things nature. The Forest Preserve also acknowledges that we're on the ancestral homelands of the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi tribes. And we recognize their ties to the land and their heritage and traditions that live on to this day. We also hope that you'll have a chance to visit, develop a connection to the land, and help maintain it for the benefit of the plants, animal, and people that call this place home. Today, we're going to talk about something cool. I heard that you guys were studying chameleons. Does anybody remember doing a lesson about those special creatures? So they do something called camouflage. They blend with their surroundings, and so does the insect that we're going to talk about today. Do you recognize any of these on the screen? Do you have a favorite?
Hey, bug. A bug.
What do you like? Butterflies, beetles?
You like the beetle?
Hey, now sit down so everybody can see.
Yeah, these are all very beneficial animals, maybe with the exception of the mosquito. It's a disease vector, carries all type of disease, and it also bites, right? But the bug that we're going to focus on is called a cicada. Can you find the cicada in this picture? He has like a camouflage body. Yeah, he's in the middle. I'll try to put the arrow on his body there. This one. Now, cicadas are about, the dog day cicadas anyway, the ones that we see every year, are between 1.5 inches and 2 inches. They have large, dark, bulging eyes. Has anybody there ever found a cicada? Have you seen this? Maybe? Well, the interesting thing about them is they live most of their life underground. Okay, so the main time that you would see them is when they're emerging. They come up, they burrow out of the soil and go onto, say, a tree trunk to transform into an adult. So we're going to also demonstrate how that process happens for you. That is your most likely time to see them. And you're also going to hear them calling from the treetops this time of year. So they have 4 main parts. They have a head, point to your head. Point to your head, show me. They have the 2 bulging eyeballs. You have 2 eyes, right? And then they have a segment called a thorax. Say thorax. That's where their 4 wings connect to their body. That's also the place where they have something called a timbal. It's kind of like a drum. It's a special membrane that has some hard and soft parts that they can vibrate to produce noise. Yeah, so we've got the head, the thorax, and the abdomen down beneath. Do you have an abdomen? Show me where your belly is. That's where all your digestion and things happen. That's an important spot. Okay. Something that's a little different about these guys, obviously we don't have wings, though I wish we did. They have 6 legs. How many legs do you have? 1, 2 legs. Only 2. Yeah. So step 1, the adult female is going to lay up to 600 eggs into twigs. So they look like this. In just a few short weeks, those guys are going to hatch. They'll fall to the ground as little nymphs, and they're going to attach to tree roots. That's their principal food. So guys, if you think about the last time you had a juice box, you probably had an adult help you put the straw in. Well, their mouth part is a piercing and sucking instrument. So they're able to drink the fluid from the tree roots. That's how they get all their nourishment. And they grow bigger and bigger underground. Our dog day cicadas, the ones that have the cool camouflage, They're going to do that for a couple of years, and they go totally unnoticed until June, July, August rolls around. Then what they're going to do is they're going to climb up out of the ground, leaving a tiny exit hole, and they're going to shed that exoskeleton, right? So those little amber colored shells that you find, those aren't dead animals. That's just what's left over from this process. So that's the adult emerging from that shell. And this is the final product, guys. The adult life cycle or lifespan is very, very short. They barely eat. They basically just exist to reproduce at that point. So then the whole cycle repeats itself year after year. And this is it in a snapshot, connecting all the steps. Eggs, nymph, the phase between, and then the adult cicada. There he is. And I want to play for you the sound, okay? Some people compare it to a saw. So it starts out really loud and then it trails off. See if we can hear it. No, not hearing it. It sounds like a loud buzzing noise. Can you guys sound like a cicada? Bzzz. Okay. So there's still some insect noise happening in the treetops. Usually the males are going to produce that sound using their timbal, that special membrane on their body. They vibrate that with their muscles. So I would encourage you guys to still go out and explore and look for these guys. Now, I mentioned another really cool feature, right? Camouflaging. So there are some cicadas on this screen. Can you find them? See how many of them you can find. Tell me the number. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 dog day cicadas against the backdrop. And it looks very much like a tree, right? It looks kind of like a tree. So there's some color variation. You'll see some green, some brown, some black. And they all blend in very well with their environment. It's important because there's lots of critters that like to eat these. Birds, squirrel, fox, even your pet dog might like to eat these guys. Now this is a Madras cicada. This is a special brood that lives many, many years. So these are the 17-year cicadas, and we're gonna hear a little bit about how they live and undergo their big change. Do this. Mm-mm. Doesn't look like- Yeah, let's go back. Okay. I have to abandon the cicada video, guys. It is amazing. And I know that your teachers have the link, so definitely try that a little bit later. But it being late September, this is our last real opportunity to go out and find them. So next time you guys are out walking with a parent, I'm hopeful that you guys will look for the shells from the nymphs on the tree trunks. Okay, if you haven't experienced that. Listen for their beautiful song. Some of that's beginning to fade a little bit. So take advantage of these last few beautiful days. And if you have an opportunity, definitely come visit us at one of your local nature centers, be it here, River Forest. We can connect you to your closest site so that you guys can have a great nature adventure. All right. Do you guys have any questions about cicadas or visiting the forest preserve? No, I hear you guys. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Again, try that video once more. And I hope to see you all out at the forest preserves.
Yeah.